Alright, today I'm going to do a quick overview of my 2014 KTM 350XC. I've had it for about a month now. Of course, it's cold here in the Northeast, and I've only had 2 days of ride time when it had gotten near 60 before Christmas. But I can say it runs pretty awesome. I've been through dual sports from 250 size up to 650 over the last 14 years, and I did add the wheel weights as per best dual sport bikes, and now when you take it down the road up to 70 miles per hour, you do get rid of the wheel hump. I've also installed seal savers, and you can notice that I had to remove the factory fork guards which wrap around the fork tube. They didn't allow for the clearance of the seal savers, so I had my dealer order me these 2008 fork guards, and now I have plenty of clearance and there's no rubbing issues with the fork guard. I also installed the Acherbys skid plate, which I've had on other bikes. It works out good. One screw removal, pops off real easy and offers great protection. I also installed the fan kit. Now, if anyone purchases the 14, you will have to use the 12 and 13 fan kit. KTM has not made anything for the 14 yet, and what is different is you'll notice this is the plug right here for the fan, and this was tucked in over here beside the ECU. On the 12s and 13s, this plug was located on the down tube here underneath the gas tank, and the fan would reach very easily. To put this 13 fan on the 14, I had to cut it out of the wire loop and also cut the sleeve off of the wire of the fan to make it reach, or you could just solder some wire extensions onto your plug to get it over here. As far as what else have I done, I have added the Sick Ass Racing tail lights on. I've also cut off the reflectors that were on the side here. And as far as gearing, I have added a longer chain, and I went to the 50 tooth on the rear. This allows for pretty good woods riding, and I can cruise 70 without much vibration on the street with this combination. Now, if I ride with the family or the kids or do some single track, I probably will throw the 13 counter shaft on to gear it down even lower. I also did the countersunk screw mod on the kickstand because it was kind of driving me crazy. Every time you would lift the bike off the ground, the stand would fly up. I have also taken the fuel line here off the, I have unplugged that from the overflow canister because a lot of folks said that it would fill that charcoal canister up and start to hesitate and bog out. So I have disconnected that. I've added a fold down type mirror on this. As far as the bike being streetable, my previous bike, I had a WR250R and a DR650. And with balancing the wheels on this bike, other than a little more excessive vibration, it runs as good down the street as the WR250 did. And to help with vibration, I will be purchasing some bar ends here shortly to go in the handlebars to help with the vibration through the bars. I put 40 miles on it so far. I've had it in the woods, on the single track, and down the street, up to 70 miles an hour. I performed the first oil change on it. It was relatively straightforward, other than opposed to other bikes I've had. When you have the filter out of the KTM down here, you had to make sure when you put the oil back in the bike, you got to lean the bike over on its side and fill that compartment a third of the way up and put some oil in the oil filter before you put the cover back on. And with the Japanese bikes, I've never had to do that. I've added the tail bag on it. That's just a cheapie from Rocky Mountain. I have the KTM toolkit in there. But from the little bit I've been on the bike, it's probably one of the best dual sports I've ever had. And I've been through the DRs, the DRZs, the KLXs. And I can't wait to get it out here in the spring and get some more ride time on it and see how it does work out. I've also added 30 millimeter bar risers, just because I like to have my bars up in the air. I do a lot of stand-up riding, so I do prefer to have those on it. Oh, there were also, when I was reading reviews on the 12s and 13 models, some issues of D-cell pop. This bike, I can say, with the 45 miles I put on it, and that was only 60-degree weather, I had no issues of any pop or backfire on D-cell with this 2014 model. So I hope maybe that sheds some light on any of you guys thinking about a 14. And those are a few of the things I've done, and maybe some things you want to look out for if you are thinking about purchasing the KTM 350 EXC. Thanks.